out there late in the game?
He got dinged up. I'm not even sure how bad it is. I don't even know if he could have came back. I mean, we rotate the three corners, and he wasn't clear to come back.
Do you have a chance to experience any emotions in the senior day salutes pregame, or are you just trying to get through it?
It was tough, this one. I mean, this one was, I mean, they're all emotional, but you can't not be more attached to these kids you've been with longer. And there were guys that I was only with 1 and 2 years. This group, really hit home with me. It was unfortunate that it was in those weather conditions, and I felt like it was bad because our players were trying to get into the locker room out of the rain, and I'm trying to share a moment with them, and it's tough because they're not dying to sit there and take a picture with me, but I'm dying to see their family and what they've given. And let's talk about, and I'll forget somebody, but Daniel Gothard, walk-on O-lineman, comes from Atlanta, Georgia. And he's probably taken 2,000 snaps at offensive line. And he actually went with the twos last week and went down and went with the ones and twos because we were down linemen. And he got to go out on that field. Josh Moran, Burke, I mean, Kobe Pierce from Cairo, Georgia. There's so many guys that have given so much. Antonio Poole, given so much to this program and never once got any part of the limelight. And that's their opportunity to do that, And I like it when you get to honor those guys in front of everybody in the stands. And that was tough because the weather conditions weren't great.
What about Cager? Obviously, he dressed up and he didn't have a game. He just played on him.
Yeah, we thought that he would be able to go. He practiced during the week. He was obviously not 100% during the week, and we wanted to see him go in warm-ups and cut it loose. And he didn't feel that he could, and he tried to practice all week. And it's one of those deals you say, why don't you just shut him down? Well, shutting him down doesn't necessarily get him healthy either. He doesn't take the hits and the pounding during the week, so it's one of those, he's helping take a little mileage off the other guys. And he's also staying fresh in the offense. Sometimes when you step away, you get away. So it's not his legs that are tired, it's his injury. And he just didn't feel comfortable that he could go. And it was tough conditions. We knew that it was going to be tough conditions, so having a healthy guy out there helps.
Tyreek Stevenson, just a freshman, but he had another key pass breakup. Can you just talk about putting a guy out there with that level of experience and where he's at right now?
Yeah, he made a huge play. That was a big play in the game, but he was wrong. So he makes mistakes each and every game. Missed a tackle. He had a couple busts. So, my concern with Tyreek is you need to worry about execution and not results. Everybody looks at it and says, "Oh, unbelievable play, true freshman, he's out there." We got other kids that can make that play too, and if they're in the correct leverage, then I would argue they can play over him. So he has to earn that right by how he practices, and he's got to continue to do that.
How do you? I know you play through the ball well in the second half, but I mean, this is a team that has top 10 recruiting classes like you guys do. To hold a team to -1 rushing yards, what is that?
Well, it probably makes you more vulnerable in pass, and we thought that they have an excellent receiving core and a quarterback that can scramble. That was my biggest concern in the game, was being able to cover him and then him take off. Because a lot of the guys that are up there, and he, I don't know how many he rushed for, but he certainly had some positive scrambles. So that was the dynamic. We played some other really good wideouts, but they didn't have a quarterback that would take off running like him. So I thought our defensive staff, once again, they did an excellent job of having our group prepared. Those critical 3rd and 1s, people don't talk about a 3rd and 1 where you stop a quarterback sneak. That team was like 12 for 12 on the year on sneaks. They're the best sneak team I've ever seen. So I took it to our offense and said, here's how you run a sneak. They haven't been stopped. And then our guys go out there and stop them. And bring up, I think we stopped them, and then brought up 4th down maybe after that. Then they got a penalty. So I don't know the exact chain of events, but I know they didn't get a sneak. And that was a lot of credit to our staff and the preparation.
Did you know going in you were going to run an onside kick in this game? Is that something you picked up on film coming in?
I didn't know that I was going to run it, but we were prepared for it. I mean, meaning we worked on it and we prepared it, and we thought it was there, and it was. And Rod hit a perfect kick. We just didn't execute it. It's frustrating because we worked really hard on that, and I'm one of those people that says, if it's there, you do it, and that's what you do.
Where did you learn that risk appetite?
I don't know that you learn that. I think it's important to always make people defend you. So if you just take the casual position that I'm not going to try to get every advantage in a game, then you don't take advantage of the game. And we have a big staff, so we're constantly looking at what opportunities we have to gain a possession. I'm big on how do you gain 1 possession and a half. Timeouts, 2-minute drives, and that was an opportunity to gain a possession that we thought was there, and it was.
Going back to the slant route to Dominic, I mean, you guys are 2nd and 12 right there. Can you take us to kind of the conversation to put the ball in the air, and then on top of that, to go with a quick pitch type play to DeAndre? I mean, those are 2 plays that could have, put you guys in a bad spot there.
They could.
Right.
But every play you call could. So, I mean, I'm probably the world's worst. Our offensive staff probably hates me because every call is not a good call until it works. You know what I mean? I mean, you say, what do you want to do, 2nd 12, run it? That's what they expect us to do. So I thought Coley did a tremendous job. And, they're second guessing because you're sitting there going, is that the right call? Is that the right decision? And when somebody's got everybody in the box to stop the run, that's a pretty good call. I don't think they were expecting it. And then 3rd down call, Coach Pittman helped out with, and so they had to sell out to stop it. And give it to your best player with a couple good players out there with him. Great job. I was worried about the last 3rd down, but the 3rd and 1, but they did. The offense did an excellent job. They prepared, they executed, they made the call.
You said earlier that Jake wanted that slant, though. Did he kind of talk you into it?
Jake wanted that slant.
You said he wanted to throw the stride. You said he wanted to throw.
Yeah, no, not in that situation, not that one. I mean, it was earlier. He wants to be able to change it up. He wants to be able to, we called it 4 birds early in the game to George on the 1st and 10. Hit it, and it was big. Jake made a great throw on that ball. Great read, great throw. Jake's, I mean, we got to give him those opportunities, and we got to win outside. I thought our guys won outside some today, and that was big.
Following up on Rodrigo, can you take me into the locker room and told him about this score record? What was his emotions like in this group?
Everybody loves Rod. I mean, it sounded like our student section. Our players went nuts, and Rod took a bow, and Rod didn't say much. He just smiles and does his job. That's all he does. Yes, sir, Coach.
Was Jordan Davis improved the most over the course of this year?
I don't know that. Jordan Davis played better last year a lot of times than he's played this year. And I've talked to him about it a lot. If Jordan's going to be the player that he can be, he's got to make a commitment to excellence. And I love him as a kid. He's a great personality. I mean, he is so much fun to be around. But he hasn't scratched the surface of what he can be. He's got to make a commitment to excellence that I just don't know if he's made yet. And he did some good things tonight. And he's had some injuries to his credit. Now, he's had an ankle injury, and he missed 2 practices this week because he wasn't able to practice. He had some Achilles issues, and we didn't know he was going to be able to play. And he did some good things in the game.
To this point, these defenses, probably one of the top you coached to this point. They give up only 20 points to South Carolina. They held the team tonight, averaging 33 to 13. They held point-wise down.
Yeah, I don't know. I keep hearing how we don't play any quarterbacks. We don't play anybody that's any good. So, I mean, they just keep trying to do their job. And the staff deserves the credit. The players probably deserve the most credit. The buy-in, those guys just, I mean, you got to see the way they practice and the energy they come to meetings with and the embracing of the packages. And Dan does a tremendous job. Schumann, all those guys, Charlton and Trey, do a great job. And we've got some young players in that unit. So I'm very proud of the way they worked. And the best thing is they've supported the offense through some of the struggles, and they compete hard at practice. They respect each other.
2 more questions?
You happy not to have to go against that Old Tech offense?
I'd say, yeah, but I watched them the other night. They had some elements, and they've got an athletic quarterback. They can run some of the same things from different looks, and so it'll be a different preparation for us. But I know our guys will be looking forward to it.
Kirby, DeAndre keeps turning out 100-yard games. I mean, how impressive is that?
I don't think the guy gets enough credit. I mean, it just baffles me. I guess the expectation is that he's going to have 250 and 300, but I don't even know, who in the SEC is close to him in rushing yards. Like, what back out there is putting out 100-yard games against these caliber of defenses? I mean, it's crazy to me what he's been able to will himself to. He made 2 catches tonight, shoestring catch, barely got his hands on one, so it was a huge conversion. And his passion comes out in the players, and I love him for it. I mean, I love him for it. I think he's been a tremendous competitor, and he affects everybody around him. Thanks so much. Go Dogs.